anarchy grips parts of Minnesota at this hour. Rioters are burning cars and looting stores in neighborhoods across the Twin Cities, Minneapolis and St. Paul. Meanwhile, lawmakers there seem too afraid to do anything to protect the public. Practically every day, we're told that white cops are a mortal threat to black men. But what are the national numbers on this? Well, actually, we know the answer. White police officers were less likely to shoot and kill non-white suspects than non-white police officers were. In any given year, police kill more white suspects, armed and unarmed, than black suspects. And that's a fact, by the way. It's not political propaganda. As their city crumbled around them, local leaders huddled in deliberation. They emerged with a plan. They declared that racism is, quote, a national emergency. Meanwhile, mobs in downtown Minneapolis kept looting, stores kept burning. How exactly does racism have anything to do with looting ATM machines or stealing PlayStations from Target? It's confusing. You see, it's not at all like those fascists in Michigan. In Minneapolis, there's a reason people doing it. A legitimate reason. Even the cash register smashers. They were civilly smashing the cash registers, so relax. And by the way, the cash registers deserved it anyway. As Joy Reid suggested on MSNBC, they're probably European cash registers and therefore complicit in oppression. What we do know is that riots are now acceptable because racism is a national emergency. That's the new standard. If you've ever wondered whether yelling racist at the people you want things from is an effective business plan, Eddie Glaude is living proof that indeed it is. By regularly screaming racist, Glaude has been able to ride a mediocre academic career all the way to an endowed professorship at Princeton. It's a job with such high pay and so few actual requirements that Glaude can dress like a British lord and spend much of his day shuttling by limo between cable news hits. Talk about a sweet gig. So naturally, Eddie Glaude has no interest in explaining how exactly racism makes people loot Target. It just does, okay? And if you disagree with that premise, you're a racist yourself, so shut up. As Glaude told viewers on MSNBC, it's all about the, quote, context. And squint your eyes, you say, the context. Of course, there's a context to setting fire to McDonald's, says Professor Glaude. In St. Paul, signs have appeared in store windows announcing this is a black-owned business. In other words, we're the right skin color, spare us. What does that tell you? Imagine if you saw signs saying white-owned business in windows. Minneapolis has decided to just let their riot happen and damn the consequences. Things are falling apart in Minneapolis. And as they collapse, our leadership class seems thrilled. They're doing nothing to calm racial division. In fact, they're eagerly stoking it. In 1967, Detroit had one of the lowest black unemployment rates in the country. Then they had riots, race riots, and then it became Detroit. It's called mob justice. By the way, just a car burning in the middle of a street in a major American city. No problem, it's America.